Check, check. Ready. Très bien. Je suis très contente, oui. Thank you. Merci. In high school, dans l'école, à UCLA, dans l'université, it was my minor. About this time last year, or no, I would say March last year, I began writing music, and I made a promise to myself to write my most vulnerable work and the work that felt most true to who I am in my heart, who I've always been as an artist and as a person. And I began to tell a story. I Hope You Know is the beginning of that story. I call it Act 1. To me, the song is about, truly feels like what falling in love feels like, and to me, falling in love is the act of falling. That feels like heaven. It's funny because when I was writing, it wasn't. It's like something had cracked open inside of me and I was ready. And then when it came time to start strategizing the release and it became more and more real that this was happening, it was very scary. I was better by then. But it was very scary. I almost put a stop to everything just to make sure everything was exactly how it should be, because you just care so deeply. Well, I care so deeply about every little detail, especially about music is such a personal thing. Everything was just so heavy, you know what I mean? Like it just needed to be so perfect. You have to stop and rethink, is it fear that's stopping you? I was also very, very happily surprised by how beautiful the reaction has been and how fans have just embraced it with open arms and have just really understood what I was doing with this chapter and understood that this is the most vulnerable that they've seen me, and it made me really happy. It has been beautiful to see the change over the last 10 years. It was more so a man's world than it is now, even though it still is. I remember at the time being a woman who knew who she was and who wouldn't compromise who she was to sell was a problem for men. And I remember being told that I was a difficult woman, simply because I wouldn't sell who I was for anything. Over time, all of those men all of a sudden treated me with such respect for my ideas and for where we were going. I think the whole industry has shifted in a really beautiful way because of some extraordinary women who have trailblazed the way for women like me. Last year with Purple Hearts, like you said, the most successful soundtrack in Netflix history, which is incredible. Directed by a woman, starring a woman, produced by women. It was extraordinary and so beautifully validating. It's like finally the world is catching up to us. You can expect me telling more stories through music and through film. Some surprises people may not expect. And most of all, continuing to dedicate my heart to UNICEF and to my work with girls.